Very good afternoon, my dear students. Welcome back to history class. Today we will discuss in this class about the revolt of 1857. You would get surprised that it is sixth lesson, that is revolt of 1857. Of course, according to the reduced syllabus, the fifth lesson, the impact of British rule in India is not there. It has been removed from the portions. So directly we will move on to the revolt of 1857. Before moving to this main concept, I would like to give you, just recall your previous knowledge. The fourth lesson we have studied expansion of the British rule in India. That is how the Britishers entered on India for trading purpose and how did they push back all the other European countries like the Portuguese, the Dutch and the French. How did they push them? And finally the British, how they have settled down in India permanently, and they ruled around 200 years our India, and administered also, for which led to the expansion of the British rule in India. Means about many wars, Anglo-Mysore wars, Anglo-Maratha wars, Anglo-Sikh wars and Carnatic wars. Besides these wars, they had used some policies also, like subsidiary alliance, doctrine of lapse, direct annexations, by saying that on the pretext of misgovernment and poor administration, by different reasons, they preoccupied all our Indian kingdoms and they expanded their rule in India, as well as even what was the impact of the British rule? There were many impacts after when the Britishers started to rule our India. A lot of impact was there in India. About that we need not to discuss. Directly we will move on to the revolt of 1857. As we have discussed in the previous class, in the expansion of the British rule, the British, with their policies as well as with wars, like Anglo-Maratha wars, Anglo-Mysore wars, Anglo-Sikh wars, as well as some other wars, and doctrine of some policies like doctrine of lapse, subsidiary alliance and direct annexations. With these things, they finally expanded their rule in India, and they brought the administration also under their control. As I have told many times, administration started from 1757. That means 1757 to we have got independence in 1947. That is 190 years. I mean, as a round, it is around 200 years they ruled India. But in between 1857, our Indians revolted against the British. Unfortunately, the revolt of 1857 had got failed, but it had sowed the seeds of fearness amongst the Britishers. 100 years, from 1757 to 1857, 100 years they had ruled peacefully, and they had looted us with their policies, like economic policies of the British, commercial policies of the British, then education policies of the British. Like that, many policies they had introduced, and but all these policies were favorable for the British only. They were not favorable for our Indians. So these policies and their activities made our Indians discontent. That is, among us, our Indians made our Indians as unhappiness, and finally the revolt was broke out in 1857. So this was, now we will discuss about the revolt of 1857, which was broken in 1857. Here introduction is not much more important, but still I will explain you like how during that time how was the situation. The Lord Canning, during that time the Governor General of the British India in 1855, he said that, he spoke some words that we must not forget that in the sky of India, serene as it is, in the sky of India, serene means it is like calm and peaceful. That now in the sky of India the situation is calm and peaceful like a small cloud, but it may arise at first no bigger than a man's hand, but which growing bigger and bigger may at last threaten to overwhelm us in ruin. Overwhelm means welcoming us in ruins. We are going to ruin because of these Indians. Now just the situation was, he compared that at that time the situation in 1857 and all situation was before going to rain, how the clouds would be peace and calm. That, but they cause very sooner, they may cause for a large rain, a big rain. In the same way the situation was there, like that he compared. Lord Canning, the Governor General of the British India during that time. Okay, anyhow, he compared in that way. What does it mean? It means that during that time the people, our Indians, were very unhappy against the policies which were introduced by the British, and they are eagerly waiting for the cause. From different sections, different people from different sections, they were unhappy. For example, in the field of socio and religious causes, the policies which they introduced in the religious field, the policies which they introduced in the military section, and the policies, the things which they form, political causes, all this made the people from all sections of our Indians, from all the sections, they were unhappy and they were eagerly waiting for the cause. From, like first who will start, for the starting they were waiting, so that we have to give very importance for the immediate cause which led to break out this a big event, that is the revolt of 1857. Once again, first we have to know what was the immediate cause. Of course, as I have told, many causes were there for the revolt of 1857 from all sections: political causes, military causes, economic causes, socio-religious causes. All these sections, from all these sections, people were unhappy and eagerly waiting to break out as a mass war. But they were waiting for the main cause which will help them. So first we will learn what was the immediate cause. Before that we will see that nature of the revolt. Well, it is important. The revolt of 1857 has been termed as a Sepoy mutiny by the British. British called it as the Sepoy mutiny. Sepoy means soldiers. They said that only the soldiers participated, so that soldiers only revolted first, so that it is called as Sepoy mutiny. Indian historians prefer to call it as First War of Independence. Our Indian historians call it as First War of Independence. So most of the British contemporary writers such as Sir James Outram and P. Roberts view it as a mere mutiny of the soldiers, which was brought about by the introduction of greased cartridges. Cartridges were introduced. Enfield rifles were introduced for the first time in our India by the British in the military form, like section. So these Enfield rifles were made up of greased cartridges. Cartridges means like which are sealed unit containing bullets. Some sealed units which were containing bullets. These cartridges were greased by the cow fat and pig fat. Of course, to open these cartridges and these sealed cartridges, they used to use some kind of grease which was made up of cow fat and pig fat. Of course, I will explain you in the immediate cause about this. But anyhow, the British writers, contemporary writers, said that only this was the main cause for the revolt, which was broken as a big event. But anyhow, our Indian writers said that they insist that the mutiny never had a mass participation and was concentrated in a few pockets of North India. However, some of the British writers such as J.B. Norton regard it as a mutiny as well as a revolt of the people. On the other hand, Indian nationalist writers such as Veer Savarkar and A. Mehta call it as a war of national independence or the First War of Independence, highlighting the participation of both Hindus and Muslims. Even the British Prime Minister Disraeli recognized as it as a national revolt. Anyhow, the truth perhaps lies somewhere. It becomes the two views, since the rulers, nobles and sepoys participated in it. Calling it only a Sepoy mutiny would be incorrect. However, to term it as a war of independence would be probably too far-fetched, as the concept of one Indian nation had not yet evolved. However, the participants of the revolt of 1857 were bound one common feature, that is the hatred for the British. Whoever might have participated. Anyhow, as it was mentioned, it may not be suitable for the Sepoy mutiny according to the British writers' views. It may not be matched with our Indian writers like First War of Independence. Of course, but finally they had a common goal, that all the people whoever had participated in the revolt, they had a common goal, that is hatred for the British. All were hatred for the British. Whoever the category or whatever community they may participate, from whichever category they may participate, all were having a common goal, hatred for the British. This was the common concept. Anyhow, the nature of the revolt, if it is asked, any 4 points you can make out as the question, as bullets I have mentioned in front of you on the screen. There were many causes which led to the revolt of 1857, like political causes, economic causes, social and religious causes, as well as military causes. Amongst them, we will have to discuss first and foremost cause, that was the immediate cause for the revolt. In 1857, the Enfield rifle was introduced in the army. What is this Enfield rifle? A rifle musket used by the British Empire from 1853 to 1867. It had been introduced in the army. The cartridges of this rifle, were smeared. Smeared means just like covered with grease and covered with caps. Which had to be bitten off before use. These cartridges, inside the cartridges bullets were kept, and they were covered with smear and caps. And this, to cover the caps, they used a kind of smear which is used by the grease. And before using this, they're supposed to use with their mouth. They had to bitten off the cover or cap, and then they had to use the rifles. So when this grease was made up of by the cow fat and pig fat, like that they believed. Not a belief, of course, they used. To make these grease was made up of cow fat and pig fat. Of course, cow was very sacred animal to the Indians, as well as pig was hated animal for the Muslims. Here, cow was sacred animal to the Hindus, and as well as this pig was hated or taboo for the Muslims. So both religious feelings were hurted. So when they were using, they had to touch with their mouth, with their lips, this grease which was made up of cow fat or pig fat, so that the sepoys believed that the grease was made from the fat of animals, which would hurt the religious sentiments of both, as I have explained you. You need not explain each word which it was made up of cow fat and pig fat, but I had given you an idea that the sepoys, of course our sepoys in those regiments our sepoys were more, Indian sepoys were more, especially Hindus and Muslims. These people believed that the grease was made from the fat of animals, which would hurt the religious sentiments of both the Hindus and the Muslims. Of course, for Hindus, cow was a sacred animal. They should not touch the fat of cow. They won't eat. In the same way, the pig was hated, taboo for the Muslims. They should not touch the pig fat and all. So both of these people's sentiments have got hurted, so that Hindus and Muslims, so they refused to use them. On 29th March 1857, Mangal Pandey of the 34th Infantry at Barakpur called upon his fellow sepoys to revolt against the use of new cartridges. He was arrested and hanged on 8th April 1857. This was, if it is asked what was the immediate cause for the revolt of 1857, you will have to mention all these points. I hope you understood well.